Hi everybody, Dr. Lauren Rygot from Access Therapy back here again to talk to all of you about static stretching. This is a type of stretching where you take the desired body part to its maximum range of motion and hold it for 15 to 60 seconds. The first group of muscles we are going to talk about are the hip flexors. Typically, we stretch these in a lunge position. There are many ways to hold a lunge position with your knee elevated or your knee down. You can also raise your arms over your head while stretching forward into your front knee. It is very important to keep the knee above the ankle. Now, if you are someone with some knee pain, go ahead and fold over your exercise mat so that your knee has a little bit of extra cushion. Hold this stretch for up to 60 seconds. If you are looking for a deeper stretch of the hip flexors, you can assume a position called lizard or a wide-legged lunge. As you can see, both of my hands are on the inside of my front knee. For an even deeper stretch, you can fold forward onto your forearms, but only do this if your range of motion allows it. The next group of muscles we are going to stretch are the hamstrings. Seated on the floor with one leg out in front of you, keep your hips nice and square and bend your knee as generously as you need to. If you already have some length in the hamstring, go ahead and straighten the knee. Reach up nice and tall without rounding the spine when you lean forward. We want to hinge at the hips, leading with our chest. Rest your hands on either side of your leg, on your shin, wherever you can hold that is relaxing. To further lengthen the hamstrings, you can try a jogger stretch. In order to get into this position, I like to start in a lunge. I shift my hips backwards while straightening the front knee and pointing my toes toward my nose. It is very important to keep the hips square and maintain a slight bend in the front knee. You can keep the arms close to the body or stretch them outward and fold the body forward for a much deeper stretch. For our last hamstring stretch, we have a standing forward fold. Starting in standing, I want you to open up your chest as you hinge at the hips, reaching for your toes. Your hands don't have to touch the floor. They don't have to touch your toes. It's all about the intention. Rest your hands on your thighs, your shins, the floor. Just make sure that you can hold this without straining yourself. Now it's time to stretch the quadriceps. Using a chair to hold on to, lift the desired leg and pull your heel towards your bum. If you'd like to challenge your balance a bit more, go ahead and do away with the chair if you don't need it. This is just to make sure that you can maintain relaxation while you stretch. This next quad stretch is one of my all-time favorites because you get to lay down. Yay! Lying down on your side, reach that heel of the desired leg towards your bum, grab it and pull it as close as you can without straining yourself, making sure that you keep breathing. For our last quad stretch, we are going to sit on our heels. If this is hard for you, don't worry. It's hard for a lot of people. If you are someone with length in their quads, go ahead and lean back, putting weight through your hands and open up through your chest. But it's totally okay if this isn't available for you. If it isn't, go ahead and keep a nice upright posture as you sit on your heels, breathing gently in and out. Our next muscles we will be stretching are the piriformis and glutes. These are the muscles that run along your bottom. Lying down on your back, you're going to cross one leg over the other, thread one arm through the hole that creates and interlace it with the fingers of the opposite hand. Go ahead and pull that thigh toward your nose for a good stretch in the bum. For a deeper stretch of this muscle group, you can assume a pigeon pose. I only recommend this position if you have already established length in this muscle group. To increase the challenge a bit more, you can push the ankle toward the opposite wrist. For an even more challenge, you can rest your forearms on the floor and fold forward. If you have even more length, go ahead and stretch your arms out, folding even deeper into the pose. But please listen to your body and don't force it into any positions it is not ready for. Woo! We have made it to the last muscle group today, and our last muscle that we are going to stretch is the gastrocnemius. This is that meaty muscle in the calf. This is a pretty typical stretch that most are familiar with. I want you to lean forward with your hands on a stable surface, ideally a wall. Open up your stance while pushing the back heel into the floor. You can shorten your stance if you need to. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please see the description below for tips on how to perform each stretch safely and efficiently.